Ah, how y'all doing today? It's September. It's a time to remember. September is about to head to the rear. You know, there's no need to fear. But yeah. So the question for today. I guess it's somewhat similar to last night's question, but it's a little bit different. What would you do to save your mother's life? What would you do to save your mother's life? There's actually two parts to this question. What would you do to save your mother's life? You can go as specific with that as you want to. That's part one. Part two is if someone steals from your mother, if they assault your mother, if they if they take her life, what would you do? And when you answer this, you got to think about this carefully. So yes, you have to you go to the obviously you have the service, but you go to the trial. You do that. If you see this man again, what would you do? Or just you could just keep it at if they took her life, if they bruised her, if they did her dirty and killed her too, or took her life, took her life. I don't want to say the K word because yeah, I'm not making money off this yet, so I don't necessarily have to worry about getting demonetized. I'm not making money off this yet, so I will be at some point, but as of right now, I don't have to worry about getting demonetized because I'm not making money off this right now. So if they killed your mother, if they gripped, you know, this might be a tough question to answer, but if you feel like you're not in the right place to answer that, then it's okay. You don't have to. But those who would like to answer, you can answer that. So if they do that, what would you do? And you really have to think about this carefully. You have to. Because what you decide to do will have an impact on you. It's going to have an impact on the people around you and where you end up. Because no matter what you do, she'll be gone. She's going to be gone no matter what you do. And in my opinion, you can have a different opinion from me. I've had moments where I've thought about this question or I've thought about something like that, and I said that I would go after them and take care of them myself. I would let the rage kick in. I would go after them. I would take care of them myself. But then I thought about that. I thought about it again. I thought about the thought that I had. I wrote it down. I wrote down this scenario because I saw this, because I saw it. I was watching something that was related to that. and I was seeing how they were, what was going down, and it frustrated me. And I brought it back to my situation, and it frustrated me. It frustrated me. So I had to write the thing down. I had to write down what I would do, write down what I wouldn't do, and then come back to it when I was at a cool head, level head. I was cool, calm, and collected, and I came back to that. I said, no, I can't do that. She wouldn't want me to do that. And there'd be no point because I would not be able to live my life at that point. I would not be able, my life would be over this guy trying to ruin my life, letting this guy get the better of me because of what he did to my family. And yes, I would want to get him, but one, and I talked to my mom about this too, and she said, no, there's no point. There's no point in doing that. There's no point in, because I'm already gone. So why would you feel the need to do something that has no impact on me whatsoever? You say I'm already gone. Like trying to take him out will not bring me back. I'm gone. And two, the impact that it would have on my family having to deal with this already, they'd have to worry about if I was safe or not. I could end up getting killed trying to protect her honor. I end up gone too. And that doesn't benefit me or my mother who's gone. It doesn't, or who would be gone at that point. It doesn't benefit either of us. And three, I would be letting them control my life, letting them ruin my life. I would be no better than them. I'd be no better than them. Let them just decide what I do with my life. I'd let them, they already know what they're going to do with their life. They already had nothing to lose. So they make sure that I lost everything. And as soon as I try to retaliate, get them back, because they already feel like their life is over. So they don't gain anything from making me from not doing this or doing that. The only time they would gain is if I gave them the satisfaction and I tried to get them back. So that wouldn't help me either. So I really, really thought about it. That is a tough situation to be in. And it pains me to see that people actually go through that. They have to deal with that. They have to deal with it on a daily basis. And they have to, in order to let go and to not have the pain, they have to forgive this man. They have to forgive him. But they'll never forget. They will never forget what happened. They will never forget what happened. They'll never forget. But they have to forgive the person, not for them, but for themselves. Can you imagine how hard that is? How hard that would be? especially if it was your mother, your father, if it was your child, your sister, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, your aunt. Like somebody that you're close, that you are really close with. Even somebody who may not be related to you, but is pretty much close to the point where they are like family, where they're basically like your brother. You know, it's like it's painful to imagine. It already hurts to lose somebody from like cancer, for example, from like um natural causes. You know, losing them off of that hurts. That hurts already. But having their lives being taken away by somebody else, that is just, oh man, I can't even get into it because that is a deep subject in itself. So if somebody abused and took your mother's life, what would you do? That's the question I have for you tonight. So you guys have a good night. Think about it. Don't think too hard. Don't let it mess up the rest of your day. And I'm sure it won't. Just be calm, be cool, collected, you know. And think about it, but don't think too hard. You know, don't be careful. All right. Have a good night. Peace.